clicked on this video, it either means that you're new to anime and are wondering where to start, or you were scrolling through and your finger mistakenly hit the video. Either way, without further delay, here are 5 anime that will get you started on your weird new journey. Starting off at number 5 on my list, we have Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is a story set in Edo period Japan, and it's about a young boy named Tanjiro. Tanjiro sets out one day to get firewood for his family, only to return and realize that they have all been unalived by, well, you guessed it, demons. He however discovers that his sister is still alive, but has been somehow turned into a demon. Tanjiro then embarks on this journey where he tries to find how to turn his sister back into a human being. And along this journey, he stumbles upon the Demon Slayer Corps, an elite undercover group of, well, people who slay demons and have been doing so for hundreds of years, who then tell him that the only way he could possibly turn his sister back into a human being is if he could find the main demon, the first demon, Ibisuji Muzan, who has been alive for hundreds of years and is the one who created all the demons that have been terrorizing people at large. So Tanjiro joins the Demon Slayer Corps, trains, becomes strong enough to fight demons, and goes on this journey where he makes new friends and discovers new things and helps a lot of people, as is the norm, which you will soon begin to discover in anime. The anime is a pretty simple one, straightforward story. There is the obvious bad, there is the obvious good. The obvious good fights the obvious bad. Nothing too complex, and it's perfect for anyone who's trying to just get into anime. What makes this anime so perfect for people who are just getting into anime is the wonderful art and the beautiful animation. You would find some of the best animation of all anime in this particular anime. I mean, you could say that Studio Ufotable, which is the studio that animated this, did a spectacular job and really broke the bank in trying to, give us real quality animation. Overall, I would say this should be a must-watch for anyone who's just getting into anime. First of all, it's a very short watch. I think most episodes any season has is like 24. So yeah, and at that, with 3 seasons only, you'll be good to go. Though they haven't finished animating everything yet, but they'll be done soon. So yeah, one would really want to get on that if they're just getting into anime. Moving on to number 4, we have One Punch Man. As the name implies, it's simply about this regular guy who trains and then eventually gets strong enough to beat anybody at all with literally one punch. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. The first time I heard about it, I was even like, how is that possible, first of all? And secondly, I was like, how exactly am I supposed to enjoy a show where the guy is so strong he can beat anyone with one punch? But yeah, crazy thing is the show is actually wonderful. It's perfect. It's actually a very simple story. At the same time, it has very sophisticated and complex side characters with their own stories, who then also affect the story of the one main character. I feel the one strength of the anime is how they really, for the most part, focus on the very interesting side characters and how their lives affect the very dull life of the main character, because yes, because he is so strong, his life then seems dull and unappealing to him, and he starts to look for what would really interest him and what could really be more to life than just being the strongest and whatnot. I mean, I feel at the end of the day it's a wonderful watch, especially for someone who's just new to anime, and it would really introduce you to the whole idea of the overpowered MC who can do anything and beat anyone and never be stopped. So yeah, if you're just getting into anime, I would advise that you do get into that. It's a very short watch also, as each season has at most 13 episodes, and it has beautiful, stellar animation, top-notch animation. You really won't regret watching One Punch Man. Next up at number 3, we have Overlord. This is a story about a guy who apparently gets stuck in an RPG game he usually plays with his friends one day, and he doesn't understand why. Like, we don't even understand why yet, because they still haven't reached that part in the anime. So the story follows this guy as he goes along and explores this world, tries to get a proper feel of what is really going on and how much he can really do with the power he has, because his character is pretty overpowered here. So yeah, the story covers a lot of things like politics, also some things of manipulation, and overall it's a very interesting watch. There's also a lot of mystery in there too, as he tries to also uncover certain strange happenings and what have you in this world that he has now found himself in. Overall, Overlord is a wonderful, very, very interesting show, from the beautiful art, the wonderful animation, the very, very captivating storyline. I mean, at this point, I'm basically just glazing, but yeah, it's a wonderful show that if you are a beginner, you should definitely get to watch. At number 2 on my list, we have my personal favorite, Bleach. Bleach is a story about a young boy named Ichigo who can, for reasons unknown to him even, see and talk to ghosts and spirits. This story follows his life as he is seen as an outcast by everyone around him due to his very brash and arrogant nature, and to reduce to the fact that he is very frequently seen talking to nothing when he's obviously talking to ghosts, and other people can't see ghosts, so they don't understand that he's talking to ghosts. As we go on, we see that he meets a small girl dressed in all black named Rukia, who is surprised that he can see her because she apparently is not a regular person. She is a Soul Reaper, also known as a Shinigami in the world of Bleach. Their work is to keep the balance between the world of the living and the world of the dead by performing soul rites on souls who are stuck in the world of the living so that they can move on to the afterlife and rest in peace, and also by purifying beings known as hollows, who are corrupted souls who spent too much time in the world of the living and got frustrated and just turned into monsters who then just mindlessly eat regular souls. As the story progresses, Ichigo eventually has to become a Soul Reaper in order to save his sisters from a hollow at some point. Along the line, we follow Ichigo as he grows to learn and understand what it really means to protect people and to be a Shinigami, keeping the balance between the world of the living and the world of the dead. There are many interesting fight scenes in this story. The story is very, very intricate, very, very captivating, very interesting, and at the same time, it can be easy to understand for the most part. Overall, Bleach is a wonderful watch for anyone that's just getting into anime, seeing as it is part of the popular Big 3 anime and has a long standing in the anime community as one of the top OGs of shonen anime, right beside up there with Naruto, Dragon Ball, and One Piece. It has over 300 episodes, but if you are ready to get into watching long form anime, like anime with really long storylines and what have you, then Bleach is a wonderful way to actually start with that type of anime, because amongst those type of anime, Bleach is one of actually the shorter ones compared to the others that I've mentioned. So yeah, Bleach is actually a very, very wonderful watch. You can't actually go wrong with Bleach at all on any level. I may even do a longer video on Bleach particularly in the near future, hopefully. And finally, at number 1 on the list, we have Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is a story that follows the life of a young boy named Eren, who was born in a country that is hidden behind walls. This country is completely surrounded by walls. Why? Because outside these walls is a world filled with titans, mindless giants who just roam about and would, on sight, eat any human being they see. Eren dreams of one day leaving the walls and exploring the world and really seeing what it looks like outside of the walls. Now, at this point, I really don't want to go any more into what really happens in it, because, to be honest, this anime starts off right off the bat from episode 1, blowing your mind. Like, right from episode 1. So any other thing I say now from episode 1 could even just, spoil the effects for you. All I can say is you definitely should check Attack on Titan out. It has everything you would look for in any story. Mystery, action, adventure, everything, especially when you start seeing the big reveals as they keep popping up from nowhere. And the fight scenes, some of the best, most iconic fight scenes in all of anime. And the best part, it's finished. It's in fact the only anime on this list that I have mentioned that has every single part of the story animated down to the end. So you could legit start it now, finish it up quickly, as each season isn't even really long, and it has only 4 seasons. So yeah, give or take 2 weeks if you have the time, you could be done with Attack on Titan. And trust me, once you are done with Attack on Titan, I mean, your tasted anime might just be way up there at that point. So yeah, that's all for this video. If you watched up to this point, please make sure you like and subscribe, and also feel free to leave in the comments anything you might want me to talk about in the coming future.